Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. It's a great time of year. You got football going on, baseball playoffs, and start of hoops. So we're certainly excited. It's been a fun and interesting summer and fall, just getting a team put together, and the amount of guys we had to replace from last year's team moving into this year. So it's time to play somebody else. I know we're excited about it. Our guys are excited about it. We get started this Saturday with the not-so-secret scrimmages anymore, and then we have an exhibition game the following week, and then away we go on November 8th. So it should be an exciting year for us with all the new guys and new faces. I know our staff is excited and ready to go. Happy to be here, and can't wait to see what this new group of guys can get done this year.
When did your head stop spinning this summer? Was there a point when everything kind of got set and you're like, okay, now we can move forward?
I think my family would tell you my head never stopped spinning. But I think once we got a full staff in place and got those first kind of 3 or 4 commitments in the springtime, it really started to settle in. And then it was just finalizing a few of those last roster spots and now just coaching basketball. And once we got to that point, now it's back to just the routine of what you do every day and getting into that normalcy type of thing.
How has everything meshed together? This roster has got some young bloods, some journeymen from all over the place, and then you've got Nick, who's kind of the veteran presence. Just how has everything meshed together?
We've been really pleased with how the roster, came together, meshed together. We were able to pull some veteran guys in the springtime, which we were very fortunate to get with Nick Norton and Brady Ellenson. To go with Nick McGlynn, you have a set of 3 seniors there that have played a lot of basketball. And you add the 2 junior college twins, and now you have 5 veteran guys that have played a lot of basketball. Even though the twins haven't played at the Division I level, we just had older guys, older bodies now. And now you started to fill that around with the rest of the guys and the freshmen we have. But even our freshmen, one of our freshmen's 21-year-old. He's a 21-year-old freshman, DJ Wilkins. He played at the Florida junior college as well. So we have older guys, and going into it, that was kind of our main target. Our main plan was to get older, spread the classes out a little bit, so now you're not replacing 6, 7 guys in each class, and we were able to do that, and the chemistry of those guys has been awesome. They are all eager to come in and work every day. They give us everything they got, and at the end of the day, we do it again the next day, and they've really came a long ways from where we started in June to where they are now. You can see the progression taking place with them and the growth of them just as a unit working together and knowing what we want and then what they kind of expect from each other. So I'm just excited to see where they're at when we play somebody else. I've seen enough of them to know how we do against each other, and now it's time to see some different colored jerseys in front of us.
When you consider when you first met the guys and started working with them in the summer, and now, is there any 1 or 2 that have made, especially big leaps from where you saw them at the beginning to now?
I think the biggest surprise was probably how far along Liam Robbins was, the 7-foot freshman, just where he was in June to where he is now, just how much he can do really surprised us. Typically, big guys just take a little longer, but he's figured things out pretty quickly. So we're kind of counting on him now, whereas before, early in the summer, maybe he was a guy that you would think about possibly redshirting. But the way he's played and the compliment he gives to Nick McGlynn, I think that'll be a nice 1-2 punch for us inside. And really Nick Norton and Brady Ellenson and Nick McGlynn, those 3 seniors have probably been even better than I thought they were going to be. From a leadership standpoint, their ability to kind of pull this whole group and connect the dots together has been really impressive. And just what they have done in our 3 scrimmages, they've been awesome. I wish I had more years with all 3 of them, but you can just tell they've been through it before, and they know what the fall practices are like and how to get through them and how to help other guys get through them. So their leadership has probably been the most impressive thing that group has brought to the table for us.
How unique of a situation is this just to have so many new guys? I mean, really, Nick, it's Noah too, but it seems like everybody. You don't even have to think about last year, really, do you, that much?
Yeah, there really isn't a lot of tape to watch from last year. You know, we've watched it, but outside of Nick McGlynn and Noah Thomas played, you know, a little bit, 5-6 minutes. There's not a lot to pull from last year. So it has been a really unique, kind of transition where you walk into a situation and you have 3 guys on scholarship in the springtime, and now you got to put a roster together that you want to be competitive without sacrificing what your long-term, kind of goals are and vision for the program. And I feel like we were able to do that with the guys we've signed, and this group is ready to compete. And I'm excited to get them out there and have everybody see all the new faces and watch them go out and hopefully put on a pretty good show for everybody.
Coach, the Valley is known as a really defensive-oriented league. What style of play will we see out of your team this year?
The biggest thing, and having played in the Valley and coached in the Valley forever, is I know this league wants to get on the half court, and we're going to do everything we can to fight that norm. And we're going to really try to push the tempo on every possession, and we won't be able to do it every single night or for 40 minutes every night, but we're going to at least make them stop us from doing it every night. And we want the game to go up and down. That's the way we build our practices every day, is for us to get in transition off of makes and misses and put as much pressure on the defense as we can in those first 10 to 12 seconds. Our philosophy is just trying to score before they're playing 5-on-5 against us. And then if you don't have it, now we break down and let our guys play, and we'll be very aggressive even on the half court in the 5-on-5 game of trying to get open threes. Our guys shoot it with a lot of confidence, and we have a great combination inside where we can throw it inside and play on the half court as well. So the style of play is something I like coaching it. I know our guys like playing it, and we want to recruit to it, and that's something we'll continue to do, trying to move forward.
Well, Creighton, you got some really high-powered, high-scoring teams. Will we see any resemblance of that style with the things that Mac does at Creighton?
Yeah, the style would be very similar to how we've played, previously at Creighton, and I think our guys have picked up on it very well. They've, the key to playing that style is you have to have an unselfish group, because if you play fast and take bad shots, it's a recipe for disaster. But if you play fast and guys are willing to make that extra pass to get the quality good shot you're looking for, now you have something that you can really work with. And throughout the practices, that's one thing I've complimented our team on all summer and fall, is how unselfish they are offensively, and their ability to really recognize that next pass, that next open guy is something that they do extremely well. And because of that, we've shot a very high percentage in our practice sessions as we've statted them and things, as guys take those rhythm threes because guys are willing to share it.
With that style, obviously, point guard play is big. How do you see that rotation shaping up and then shaking out?
Yeah, the point guard rotation is still a little bit of a work in progress. Nick Norton's our starter. I mean, that part, you can ink that one in. And then we got several guys we're looking at the backup position. Roman Penn is a kid that transferred from Siena that we're still appealing to the NCAA on trying to get him a waiver to be eligible immediately. So that's still pending. Noah Thomas obviously is working on some things there. We're playing him at the 1 and the 2, trying to see what best fits his skill set. And then Garrett Sturtz, a freshman for us as well, has played some spot minutes for us. So we feel like we have a lot of guys that can play the point. The good part for us in the way we play is we allow anybody that grabs it off the rim outside of maybe McGlynn and Liam to bring it themselves and bring it up the floor. So we ask a lot out of all of our position players to be skilled and make sound decisions in transition. So we can use a lot of different guys at that spot to kind of help facilitate the offense.
Would Brady and DJ be more of the two then?
Brady and DJ are more of the wing guys, along with both the twins can play the wing spot as well. So I feel like we're really deep at those positions. We're a little thin at the 4 at times in terms of just how much we've gotten out of the production and those type of things. But Tremel Murphy will play a lot of those 4 minutes, and then we have about 3 or 4 other guys that will kind of fill in around them, and we'll let that play out as we continue to get into games and things.
You guys gonna be undersized this year?
We're undersized in some spots, but really we have good length. With Tremel and Tone, are 6'4", 6'5" at the wing spots. Nick and Liam are Nick's 6'8", but big and strong, you know, as a senior, and Liam Robbins is a 7-footer. So I don't think we're as undersized as maybe we've been in the past here, at least. And Nick Norton's obviously smaller in stature, but he makes up for it with his heart. But it's a group. I don't think we'll be overwhelmed size-wise at all. I think we have a fairly traditional-looking lineup, you know, in terms of the Valley and things.
How big a recruiting win was it when you guys did get Trammell? I mean, with the schools that were looking at him to be able to bring him to Des Moines.
Yeah, I think getting a guy with the accolades that Trammell came in with you know, being a first-team junior college All-American, and then you know, his brother's a really good player too, and DJ Wilkins, they all grew up together. So, you know, getting Trammell allowed us to get his brother, allowed us to get DJ Wilkins, and Roman Penn was from that area as well. So now all of a sudden you ended up with 4 guys because they all wanted to play together. They you know, enjoy competing and being around each other. So having a guy like Trammell, in addition to the accolades he brought and kind of the status that comes with that from a recruiting standpoint, just having all those other guys kind of come with him, and now all of a sudden you're able to put together a really good class for this first year.
What kept you guys with DJ? Because with the heart issue, schools were backing off, but it was kind of Drake was the one that stuck. So why did you guys?
You know, when I went in there to go watch the Twins, DJ was the guy that one of the guys that stood out to me, and I was asking actually Coach Richter, he was the head coach down there at the time, you know, well, who's that kid? Because he was working out before the practice in a full lather, just getting after it, and you know, and talking to, you know, their coaching staff more about what he brings to the table in terms of his character and skill level. It was a no-brainer for us to try to push that forward, and you know, DJ was excited about it. We were really his only offer, and you know, he was certainly a great fit for how we're trying to play offensively and defensively as well. He's probably one of our top 2, 3, 4 defenders at the other end of the floor. So he gives us kind of that versatility at both ends that really excites us.
Then with Brady, it seemed like at Iowa, sometimes he got relegated to just shooting because they had other guys who could do other things. He was kind of pigeonholed to that one spot, but he can do more. I mean, so what do you expect from Brady? What does he bring to the table? What's his role going to be for him?
Well, we're not running any lob plays for him, but his shooting is still going to be kind of his strong suit. But what Brady's really good at too is he's probably one of our better guys in ball screens and making reads. He's just a good basketball player. He's got a great IQ, but he does shoot it, and that's we're going to ask him to do that a lot. And then the other things that he brings to the table, I think he's probably been undervalued in the past in terms of how he can help facilitate other guys, just making the right plays, right decisions. Even defensively, he just is in the right spot all the time. He doesn't make a lot of dynamic plays on the ball, but he's never really out of position either. So we've been really happy with what he's been able to give us in addition to his shooting. But he has that green light anytime he wants. I know that.